What up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Victor, and if you're new here, please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well as turn on the notification bell, hit the like button, comment below. And we're going to take a look at the CPU cooler from PcCooler. This one comes at 230 watt TDP. I don't have to tell you it's RGB because you already see it. And this was sent to me by them, so I'm checking it out. This is not sponsored. And we're going to take our time to go over the unboxing as well as looking at everything that's inside the box, and then we're going to do an installation process and show you guys exactly how it's going to look installed within your PC. So this one does support Intel and AMD, and it does also give you specification detail in 6 different languages within the back of the box. As you see here in the picture, it has two 120 millimeter fans on each side. So you do have plenty of RGB, as well as 6 heat pipes and a 72 circumference push air. And I will be leaving timestamps to all the steps that we're going to take through within the video because it's going to be quite long. So stay tuned, guys, and let's get to it. So upon receiving this box from PcCooler, I noticed that the box is not light at all. This is pretty heavy setup here. The box, the way the box is and the detail they put into it is pretty incredible. They even put foam padding on the outer edge of the lid when you open up the box, and it's pretty simply packed. As you see here, this is just amazing. They put foam in. This is just detail that they're putting into their packaging, which is a plus when you're purchasing a $60 CPU cooler, which is, you don't get to see that often. So within the box, there's only 2 things to be exact. It's going to be your CPU cooler, and as well as your toolkit box, which includes all the bolts and nuts that you need to install this. This is the Gameice. This is how it's going to look from the top. This is the logo, and that is also RGB lit within the top. And then the fans are a halo version, which means that your RGB light is bleeding from within the middle of the fans all the way out to the blades. These are 120 millimeter each. This is a 6 heat pipe design for your cooling. You do have about 5 wires coming out of the CPU cooler, which 2 of them would be PWM and 3 of them will be RGB, 8 RGB to be exact. These are a 5-volt 3-pin version. It's not the 4-pin, so this is not going to work on a motherboard with 4 pins. Inside the toolbox, you have about 3 to 4 bags. One of the bags will include your back plate with your menu. The other one would have your PWM fan splitter, as well as your RGB splitter, which would also include a remote control, so you can control your lights via Molex connector. Not surprised there at all. But this is only going to be used if you don't have the 5-volt 3-pin header on your motherboard. And the other bag will include your tools, everything that you need, all the bolts and nuts, and as well, they did include thermal paste, so you won't have to buy your own if you don't want to. Everything is pretty much labeled within the bag. This part is very important because they do provide you diagram and installation guides on how to install your RGB as well as your CPU cooler within the box. You do get a warranty card, but the most important stuff is a diagram step by step that they provide you for installation guide for the CPU cooler, which you'll see here with picture by picture. Basically, this is just easy. So there's no reason for you to get confused when installing this. Just take your time, look at your diaphragm, and just make sure that you're taking the right steps and doing the right things. Everything is labeled down to the detail on both RGB as well as CPU. So they do provide you with, ease of use when installing. So going back a little bit, this will be your PWM splitter that comes within the box, as well as your RGB 3-pin 5-volt splitter. And you do get a Molex controller for the RGB lights. Now, this is only going to be used, again, if you don't have a 3-pin 5-volt connector within your motherboard. So before we jump into installation process, I just want to show you guys that every bag is labeled individually, as you see here. They do include the thermal paste, like I said earlier. And one of the biggest tricks that this CPU cooler has on their sleeves is that it allows you to remove each individual fans from the CPU cooler, so it gives you a lot more room. So when you're installing your bracket as well as your RAM, you do have the space to occupy all 4 slots within your motherboard. It's not going to take away from that. My final thoughts to this: so if you're into a lot of RGB and a different look when it comes to CPU cooler, this is something that you should take into consideration. Installation is pretty easy. They make this process as easy as possible, all the diagram. And if you guys are new to the channel, please make sure you guys subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know what you guys think about the video down below in the comment section, and check you guys on the next one.